gold right there.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, congrats on your book, Maximizing You.
It's been fun.
So when was it published?
January last year, 23.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Is this your first book?
yes, yeah.
Wow. How did that feel?
It's actually wonderful, incredible. Something I had on a bucket list, but never thought I would do. I flunked English twice, and really it was one of my mentors that spearheaded it. And he, knowing who I am, he kind of came in the back door, right? And I'm talking to him one day, and he said, Denny, he said, listen, he says, you've developed this phenomenal team, 250,000 people around the world. He said, what are the principles that you've used over these last 40 years that allowed you to create such an effective, productive team? And I said, well, there's a lot of them. And he said, well, he says, like what? He said, and I said, well, I started, and he said, listen, he says, make me a list. I said, all right. So I go home and I make a list, and I had about 50, 60 different, principles and concepts, and kind of reduced it down to about 45. And I said, okay, here's my list, because he always wants to see the list, right? Yeah. So I sent him a list, and he says, wow. He says, good, Danny. He says, I think you got it.
And this is your mentor, right?
This is my mentor, yes. And so, I said, okay. And I just started putting these things together, and I said, okay, I'll do it. This is it. And so each chapter is just one principle. It's
wow.
one chapter per principle. And some are a half a page, and some are 4 or 5 pages. But it's real fast. It's a simple read. And it's just, an accumulation of the principles and how I applied them. I've had 5 major mentors, and I can never do what they did, but I can become the kind of people they were.
Yes.
And that's what got me. See, I said, okay, I can take what they have and apply it to my own life. And that's been the key. And to me, that's what personal development is. Mm-hmm. I know people, they go to, personal development seminars day in and day out, week in, week out, and they don't change much.
Because you got to implement it.
And well, that's it. I think personal development is learning to overcome obstacles and applying them to my life so that it makes a difference for me or others. And if it doesn't, I haven't learned anything. I've just gained knowledge, but I haven't learned anything.